Welcome back, everyone, here to Bronx Talks. Today, got a very special video for you guys. We are going to be going over 6 players to look out for this spring training. Obviously, the Yankees non-roster invite list was released a few days ago, and me and Christian put together a list of 6 players you should look out for. Some players, trying to show off their talents, trying to show off their abilities. Other players are really, really trying to make this Yankees team and compete for a starting job or a spot on the team in general. So it's definitely pretty interesting. So with that being said, we have 6 players you should look out for this spring training. Christian, what do we got?
First guy I'm excited about is Anthony Volpe. Now, we saw him a little bit last spring training, and I remember there was a few cool defensive highlights that we saw, and it was making its way around Twitter. But this year, I'm really excited to just watch a few of his at-bats. Brian Cashman told him that he would have a shot at the starting shortstop job. I don't totally believe that, and I hope he has a good spring, but even if he does, I still think they're going to want him in AAA getting some more time because he only played, what was it, like 30 something games, and he wasn't that great in AAA. So I think they want to wait, and they have guys. They have IKF, Oswald Peraza, Gleyber Torres, LeMahieu. They have enough middle infielders. I think they're going to have Volpe start in the minors, but I'm excited to see as like a little preview because this guy is a top 10 prospect in baseball and kind of see what he's all about.
Absolutely. Really started to pick it up. Had a slow start to last year in Double-A, and then he just started killing the baseball. He was really, really good toward down the stretch. And obviously last year we saw him, saw some of his abilities, but this year I'm really, really excited. And he's gonna most likely make his debut at some point this season with the Yankees. So I'm really, really excited to see what he can do. And I'm sure his game has developed and gotten even better since the last time we saw him. So I'm really, really excited for that. The next guy we got is Jason Dominguez, the Martian. Obviously, so much hype around Jason Dominguez. He almost seems like out of this world. He doesn't even seem real sometimes with the hype that he gets. And this is going to be our first shot at seeing him in spring training. At the last game of spring training last year, he got the call to participate with the team, but didn't play due to an injury, I believe. But he is going to be participating in spring training this year. We're going to see him live on TV, see him getting some reps in some games, see his switch hitting ability. So I really, really want to see what he can do. This spring training, he's going to be facing some guys that are big leaguers, some not, some almost big leaguers, and probably definitely going to be really, really exciting to see what he can do and have his talents on display. So I'm super excited for that.
100%. And another cool aspect of that, you have like Jason Dominguez interacting with Aaron Judge, and you get to see all that and those guys coming together. And I think that part of it is also cool. The next
Yeah.
guy we have is Austin Wells. Now, this guy just rakes. He's a primary catcher, and there is some talk that he's maybe better off in the outfield or at first base, although he still does believe that he can make it as an MLB catcher. However, I'll be honest, Ryan, I don't care about his defense. This guy mashes in 839 OPS in Double-A last year and all the other levels in the minors. He's just been tearing it up. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts in AAA this year. And I'm excited to see what he can do in spring training because this is a guy who could just put on an absolute show. He absolutely rakes. He's a lefty. I'm really excited because I think this guy could make a sneaky big impact this year for the Yankees.
Yes, as you know, Christian, I am super high on Austin Wells. I love his game. And all the guy does is hit. I mean, look at his career minor league numbers. He just hits, and hits. He rakes. That's the bottom line. He's really, really solid. His bat is really, really good. And I am really excited to see him play this spring training. Saw him a bit last year. He also has the incredible mustache, which is just, it totally elevates his game. And I'm so excited to see his bat. on full display. I'm so excited to see him. So yeah, Jason Dominguez, Anthony Volpe, and Austin Wells, three really high prospects for the Yankees, three very hyped up guys, three guys that are very talented, and we are certainly excited to see them play this spring training. All right, the next guy we got is Willie Calhoun. Now, Willie Calhoun signed with the Yankees to a non-roster deal, and he's going to be competing for possibly that left field spot or a spot on the bench. Didn't have a great last year. Played in the big leagues before, but he had a solid year in 2019. Didn't play a ton of games, but he did have a good year in the limited games that he did play, and he's going to be competing for a spot on that team. So he's really going to have to show the Yankees what he can do and the abilities he has to make an impact on the club. And I'm really excited to see what he can do. He's definitely a talented player. And I'm really excited to see him grind and try to make that Yankees roster.
100%. And he was once, a really high prospect. So he had it at one point, and let's hope he can find it. The next guy we have is Rafael Ortega. Now, I'll start off by saying he was a better hitter than Anthony Rizzo in 2021. Last year, he took a step down, being a just below average hitter. He's still better than a guy like Hicks or IKF offensively. And I would put so much stock into this guy. A lot of people don't even probably know who he is. Just think of him as like another outfield depth piece that Cashman just got in case of injuries. I could really see this guy winning over the left field job. It's a bit out there, but I say buy stock in him because his stock price would be very low with a really high upside. And Ian Happ talked about him on his podcast, The Compound, because they both played together in Chicago. And he says his swing is made for Yankee Stadium. So maybe it's a fluky guy like Matt Carpenter that could come in and just click.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really weird. He just didn't have it last year. He wasn't that great of a hitter and definitely lowered his stock a lot. But he's done it before, so he definitely is talented. And him and Willie Calhoun are going to be competing for a spot, not just to be that starting left fielder or some role in the outfield, but a spot on the team in general. So they're going to have to battle that out. I do expect one of them to make the team, and they're going to be competing. And it's going to be a really fun battle to see these guys really try hard and compete to make that Yankees team. And I certainly wish them all the best. It's definitely going to be something very exciting to see. And I kind of like what the Yankees did with that. They obviously don't have many options at all at left field, bringing in two guys, kind of depth pieces, but they're going to battle it out in spring training, a chance for them to make the team. So I like what the Yankees did there, and I'm excited to see both of them play this spring training. And last but certainly not least, we got Andres Chaparro. This guy is the most underrated Yankees prospect, in my opinion. Me and Christian did make a video talking about him, so go check that out if you haven't watched it. But he's really underrated. The last couple years, he's really played really well in the minor leagues. He had some great years, and this guy's really underrated. And he could definitely make a splash in the big leagues this season. And I'm really excited to see him this spring training put his talents on display and get more recognition that he definitely deserves.